afternoon. We're out for a wee walk. Got Roy's here, Andrew, John's ways as well, and Colin's here as well. So we're up in Glen Affric and we are going to head into the youth hostel today, and we'll get some walks tomorrow. So it's about 9 miles, 3.5, 4 hours depending on how much faffing the day, but show you the sights and sounds and smells as always as we head in here at the hostel. So today's wee walk sees me heading out on a Glen Affric adventure. From the Glen Affric car park, we'll first walk the 9 miles to the Alltbeithe youth hostel. After a pleasant evening in the youth hostel, we'll now attack our 3 Munros. Our first Munro for the day is Ansokach. After Ansokach, we'll make the long walk along the ridge to our second Munro, Mullach na Yerrigan. From there, we'll retrace our steps back to the Bielak and up to our final Munro for the day, Scurin and Caravan. From Scurin and Caravan, we'll then make the long walk back to the youth hostel for a well-earned dinner and a wee dip in the water. Fantastic! So I was on our way, walking for 10-15 minutes along this track, really good track. So this is the Affric Kintail Way that we're on now. I think the Affric Kintail Way is like 44 miles or something like that. I think it goes from Morvich to maybe Drumnadrocket. I'm not sure, again. I'm not sure. So that's what we're on just now, and this takes us all the way to the youth hostel. And beyond the youth hostel there's another bothy there as well. If you were to continue on this the Affric Kintail Way, there's another bothy. But we'll just go on to the hostel. So the hostel is the Glen Affric youth hostel. It's called Alltbeithe. So it's £26 for a night in that hostel. They don't supply you with bed clothes. You need to take in your sleeping bag. I think they give you a pillow, but you need to take your own pillowcase. So that's that. There's a wee shop in it. Get some drinks and stuff, and gas cooker and stuff like that. You can see our path just snaking right away around there. And head away into the glen along there. Hey, so I think that's our first sight of the hostel, which is, maybe you'll pick up, but it's where my finger is now when it comes back into focus, so way out there. So that's us been walking for 2 hours 43. Hey, there's the hostel there, and the wee burly windmill. That's just over 3 hours 15. 3 hours 15 to get here. Another 10 minutes and we'll be there. And then we'll get settled for the night.
Check in for 5 o'clock.
This is us in the Hostel. See that film, Hostel? Very similar to that. Show you around a bit. Well, first of all, that's the wee main building down there at the window. And then we've got a whole load of beds. It's like a wee maze of beds. Wee maze of beds. I'm down here, and this wee bad boy here, the bed made, can jump out of the new. Out the back window, up onto the mountains. So that's how we're heading up in the morning up there. So that's us settled. We'll get something to eat and a wee drink now, I think. I could go a wee drink, a wee cold drink or something like that. Aye.
He said there was no cold. Any drink is generally the nice like that.
No cold drinks.
Warm drinks.
Warm drinks?
Yeah, warm drinks, not cold drinks.
That's fine. We'll do warm drinks then.
Yeah, that's pretty much it really. Been up there since then, and I've got some pieces there.
So when you go in here,
Yeah.
do you have to walk in or do you get a rider?
No, well a bit of both. So we've got the so what is it? Yeah, so the Land Rover drops me off every 4 weeks. I do 4 weeks on, 10 days off. Yeah, and then there's a compost bin just behind it, and then and there's some milk over here. So yeah, so I do 4 weeks on, 10 days off, and then on those 4 weeks I'll bring any supplies for myself or the hostel. So if I need like any gas bottles or cold for stuff like that, I'll let the ranger know, Willie, which is quite convenient. Basically, so this place is leased by owned by the National Trust, and we lease it. So Hostel Scotland lease it, and the National Trust own it, as well as obviously the land on West Affric. So that's some really interesting information on the walls in that corridor about what it was, and it got a bit of, a bit of a facelift on it, and it looks really nice. Really nice to get back to its former glory.
That's us settled in the hostel. You can see behind me, absolutely fantastic. A big bunch of people in there. There's even some guys that brought their wee kids in their buggies. They'd walked all the way in. Fantastic effort. So that's us got to sit for the rest of the night now, and go up in the morning and do our first 3 Munros. But absolutely beautiful here. Beautiful. Morning. Day 1. Had a good sleep last night in the hostel. Woke up to a bit of clag. You see, it's a bit claggy, and the midges are horrendous. Only bad in the dorm, but as soon as you open the door and come out, horrible. At the door, there's millions of them. Got to see if you can see this. Right, I'll put my net on. Millions of them. At the door where there's no wind at all this morning. You see that? It's a haze. Midge haze. Andy Hayes through the midges. Oh. So that's, I've just got to head up. Roy and that have got to head up, and they've got to just pass us as we go. Unfortunately, Frank's not coming. He hurted himself, fell off his bike last night on the way here, and he landed right in the wee burn. So he's hurted his ribs, so he never got sleep, so he's just got to head back. That's a shame after coming this way. Anyway, our first Munro and Sockach. Up in it, we're going up here. So I'll show you the sights and sounds as always as we head up. Fantastic. Rambo. So this is us up at the Bialach. Here we'll come up through there, and that's heading up to the second Munro, and we've got to head up here first. Hand sock off is just up there, but every time you stop the midges are just wild, so we're stopping for long, although here there is a wee breeze coming over. This is our last bit, up to the top, another 100 or so metres. Our first Munro of the day, and Sockach, meaning the snout, standing at 921 metres. So that's us at the top of An Sockach, our first Munro for the day. There's not a lot to see, it's still clagged in. But it's nice, there's a wee breeze keeping the midges away. Quite a straightforward walk, that's taking us just under 2 hours up here. That's pretty good. Now you just need to retrace our steps back to that wee Bialach to get head over to the second one. Aye, not bad. Just a pity of the clouds sitting here, but hopefully by the end of the day the cloud will burn off a wee bit. It's definitely very still. Very still. Right, over to the next one. So that's us back at the Bialach. See the wee cairn just there, and we've got to continue on a bit and cut down to the right, head over to the second Munro. The midges are ferocious. You just stop for a few seconds and they're all over you. Much hell. So once you come up off the Ansocach and up, there's a wee tiny cairn here. You can see the path just around the side of that wee rise here. You're heading into the abyss down there. So that's us. Came off from Ansocach over there and down the contour round the side of that hill. And kind of a bit boggy and stuff like that here, but a good wee quick walk. And we're heading for that low point just up there. And then we'll make our way right along that big ridge. So we're 4 kilometres out to the Munros. So that's us made it up onto the start of the ridge. And you see where we've came from, over there in the cloud, right across that kind of a boggy bit where the couple of wee lock-ins are. And that's where we'll be heading when we come back for here. That's what's in front of us when we come back. But from here, we are up there, and we've got about 4k along this ridge to the top, a couple of ups and downs. But 4k, so it's quite a long walk out. We need to walk all the way back, so that's got to take a bit of time. And then back up that rise, and that's not the Munro. There's a lump in there, another lump to go. So head up there on the way back. So we're a good bit along this ridge, and there's a drop. Takes you down to about 880 metres, so you're coming along quite a bit. Then you need to drop some height and go back up. So it's a fair old walk, this. A fair old walk, show you. That's us down there. We're kind of see up where Veranda is. We came down from up there, dropped down about 80 metres or so, and then climbed back up the last bit to the top of this Munro. A fair old walk. It's a prized Munro for the Munro baggers because it's so remote, so far away out here. Anyway, should be there in about 20 minutes or so. Then we need to walk all the way back. All the way back. Get you up the top, get you up the top. Our second Munro of the day, Mullach na Yerrigan, meaning the summit of the Kestrel, standing at 982 metres. So that's us heading off the second Munro, and we're heading to the third Munro. Look at that. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. We're going way up to that high point, I think. Whew. So we've got a fair bit to go. Hard work. Hard work. Getting there slowly but surely. Fuck me, I'm finding this hard. This bit especially. It's a big day. This is a big day. Oof. The last bit. Our final Munro of the day, Scournin Caravan, meaning the hill of the quarters, standing at 1151 metres. This was our third Munro for the day. A bit tired. We met Mark for the hostel. Just sitting here, just nonchalantly doing his admin. So we're just got to head down now. Down the way Colin's gone, right down that ridge, back to the hostel for stew and mashed totties and a shower. So, if you come back this way, you've got a few wee bumps to go over, and this is the last one, which is probably the biggest one, and it certainly looks like the hardest one. Tired today. So if you're coming this way, be prepared for that ridge. That ridge. Adds a wee bit of complexity to the. I'll show you what we've got so far. So we've been walking for 7 hours 39 minutes. We've done 18 kilometres, and I think probably about 1600 metres of ascent so far.
I think.
Maybe even a wee bit more. So, an easy wee walk. Aye. Hey, that's us back. We survived. That's us back. Oh, knackered. 8 hours 56, so about 9 hours then, give or take. Hard walk that. 1600 plus metres of ascent. 9 hours. So, at the hostel, changed, shifted, something to eat, see what we do for you. Get you in a wee bit, get you in a wee bit. So that's us, it's morning time. So this is Thursday morning. So it's a slightly nicer morning than yesterday morning. Some nice views down the glen in there. Lovely. Anyway, that's us heading back. We're going to do another walk. We're going to do another walk today, but I'm just going to head back. I've got work in the morning, and I think it'd just be too long a day. 10-hour walk and a 5-hour drive. So I'm just heading back. Andy's going to go a walk. He's getting ready up here. He's got to do it, but he's not heading home for a few days, so he's staying here. So he's got to do a walk. So I'll need to come back another time, but that's fine. It's not a hardship. It's not a hardship. So it's a 9-mile walk, which is about 3 hours back. But it's along the track, so take our time and just get home. Bye. Good wee adventure. I'd definitely recommend this. If you've got to do these Munros, do them from the hostel. It's brilliant. A good old hostel. Right, so back at the van, we'll see what times we've got and stuff like that. But it's the same walk in as we did, same walk out as we did in, so get back at the van, back at the van.
What are you saying?
That's us back. That's us back at the car park. So 3 hours 30 exactly the same as coming in. 3 hours 30 going and coming in. A few metres of difference. 9 miles exactly. A few metres difference in height. So if I was doing it again, I'd go the left hand side. It's a better track, dry. It's just a wee bit easier. Saying that there, so if you're doing a loop, you've got to do a loop. But anyway, right, that's us. I'll put up the stats for the 3 different wee bits of the walk, and that's that. I'll catch you next time we're out for a wee walk.